Hello friends, this is Rashmi Singh. Welcome to my channel Unraveling Science. Solutions for Heredity, Class 10, Chapter 8. Questions in the chapter. First, if a trait A exists in 10% of a population of an asexually reproducing species and trait B exists in 60% of the same population, which trait is likely to have arisen earlier? Trait B is more probably to arise early as the trait already has been existing and replicating in larger percentage of population as compared to trait A. Second, how does the creation of variation in a species promote survival? Genetic variation enables the species to better adapt to changes in its environment. Moreover, it is an important force in evolution as it allows the frequency of alleles to increase or decrease through natural selection. This variation will determine the difference between extinction or continuation of the species. Third, how do Mendel's experiments show that the trait may be dominant or recessive? Mendel showed that the trait could either be dominant or recessive through his experiments that focus on monohybrid cross. The experiment involved crossing tall pea plants with dwarf pea plants. The resultant plants, which formed after fertilization, represented the F1 generation or filial generation. All the F1 plants were tall. As you can see in the picture, Mendel then proceeded to self-pollinate the F1 generation plant, and the result was 1/4 of the plant obtained in F2 generations were dwarf, as you can see here. From this experiment, Mendel concluded that F1 tall plants were not true breeding, instead they carry the traits for both tall and dwarf heights. A portion of the plant was tall due to the fact that the trait for tallness were dominant over the traits for dwarfness. This cemented the notion that traits can either be dominant or recessive. Fourth, how do Mendel's experiments show that traits are inherited independently? Mendel crossed pure breeding round green seeds with pure breeding wrinkled yellow seeds. The plant of F1 generation were round yellow seeds, indicating that these traits were dominant. As you can see here, round and yellow seeds. In F1 generation, self-breeding of F1 generation plant results in F2 progeny in the phenotypic ratio of 9:3:3:1. So 9 round yellow seeds, 3 wrinkled yellow, 3 round and green seeds, and 1 wrinkled and green seeds. The two new traits, that is round green and wrinkled yellow, appear in the F2 generations, and this shows that the traits are inherited independently. Fifth, a man with a blood group A marries a woman with a blood group O and their daughter has blood group O. Is this information enough to tell you which of these traits, blood group A or O, is dominant? Why or why not? Given information is not enough to tell us which characteristics are dominant. Blood group A or O, blood type A is always dominant in ABO blood and blood type O is always recessive. Here the father's blood group may be genotypically homozygous AA or AO heterozygous, whereas that of a mother is OA or OO. Sixth, how is the sex of the child determined in human beings? The sex of the child in human beings is determined by males. Males have XY chromosomes while females have XX chromosomes. Hence, if the male's X chromosome combined with the female's X chromosomes, the mother give birth to a girl. The male's Y chromosomes combined with the female's X chromosome, the mother give birth to a boy. Back exercises. A Mendelian experiment consists of breeding tall pea plants bearing violet flowers with short pea plant bearing white flowers. The progeny all bore violet flowers, but almost half of them were short. This suggests that the genetic makeup of all tall plants can be depicted as pure tall and violet, pure tall and white, hybrid tall and pure violet, hybrid tall and hybrid violet. The correct answer is option number C. As this might be the genetic makeup of the tall plant, since half of the progenies are short, this implies that the parent plant also have a collection of short genes, while all the progeny bore violet flowers, further suggesting that violet color is dominant over the white. Second, a study found that children with light colored eyes are likely to have parents with light colored eyes. On this basis, can we say anything about whether the light colored eye trait is dominant or recessive? Why or why not? This information is not sufficient for considering a trait as dominant or recessive data. At least 3 generations is required. This data is about 2 generations only. Third, outline a project which aims to find the dominant coat color in dogs. Dogs have a variety of genes that governs coat color. There are at least 11 identified gene series like A, B, C, etc. and that influence coat color in the dog. The dog inherits one gene from each of the parent and the dominant gene gets expressed in the phenotype. Let's assume that one parent is homozygous black while the other pair is homozygous white or brown. So as you can see here in the picture, in this case all of the offsprings will be heterozygous since black is dominant. All the offsprings will be black, however, they will have both B, capital B and small b alleles. While if such heterozygous pups are crossed, they will produce 25% homozygous black, 50% heterozygous black and 25% homozygous white offsprings. Fourth, how is the equal genetic contribution of male and female parents ensured in the progeny? Equal genetic contribution of male and female parents is ensured in progeny through inheritance of equal number of chromosomes from both the parent. There are 23 pairs of chromosomes, but not all are paired. 22 pairs are called autosomes, while the remaining one pair is called sex chromosomes, represented as X or Y. Females have 2 sets of X chromosomes, while the males have one X chromosome and one Y chromosome. During the process of reproduction, fertilization takes place where male haploid gamete fuses with female haploid gamete, resulting in the formation of diploid zygote. Furthermore, the zygote receives an equal contribution of genetic material from both the parents. The male contribute 22 autosomes plus 1 X or Y chromosomes and female contribute 22 autosomes plus 1 X chromosome. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe.